Good afternoon, my dearest friends. Today I am going to explain the chapter The Address. So, this chapter is very important uh, and it's emotionally attached. It is an emotional kind of a story. In this story, what happens? A girl who is at the age of 18 or 20 years of age, she visited at some places when she used to live there, okay, with her parents, but now they have left that place, and and after 10 years or 15 years later she visits there. So what happens and how she was treated and how she was behaved, so that is all about this address. So in this story we'll come to know about the World War II. Okay, before World War II, the Nazis were fighting uh, with the Dutch and the Jews. So, some of the family just migrated from their original home, okay, land, and shifted somewhere. But after when the things were settled down, they once again went at their places, okay, and the way they were treated, it is based on such kind of that kind of story. In our case, you could think that our country was divided in 1947, and again the Pakistan divided in 1971. Think about 1947. If any one of our family migrated from Pakistan to India or India to Pakistan, and due to some disturbance and some kind of fight, and so when they are coming after, when things are settled down after 10 or 15 years later, so when they are coming back in their own country or own house or own place, and how they are treated, okay, so for this particular uh, thing is very much important here. So it is emotional one, okay. We'll see how the things are going on in this story. I am reading the text, you please see. Do you still know me? I asked. The woman looked at me searchingly. Actually, the girl has reached at some place, that is the address, and the narrator asked uh, to a woman who was supposed to be the caretaker of the narrator's goods or the houses, okay, and the valuable things. We'll come to know everything about later, okay. Looked at me searchingly. Searchingly, it refers to that she does not know me. She doubts my identity. She had opened the door a chink. Chink refers to me. Open the door completely. Half open door. This shows that she was not going to welcome me or telling me that come, okay, and have a seat and have a glass of water, have a glass of anything like that. I came closer and stood on the step. Means this was, she was very much willing to just come in the house and wanted to have a word with the lady, but the lady was not prepared to just let her enter in a house. So she is very much excited, the narrator is very much excited. No, I don't know you, the lady replied. I am Mrs. S's daughter. This is the explanation of the narrator, that I am the daughter of Mrs. S. She held her hand on the door, okay, as though she wanted to prevent it opening any further. This shows that the lady was not going to enter the girl, okay, in her house. This shows her complete resistance. Her face gave absolutely no sign of recognition. But we will come to know that the woman was actually pretending that I don't know you, because she thinks that if I will recognize her, she may ask, her things that I have kept and that I had taken from her mother and kept in my possession. So the lady was very cunning, okay, but the narrator understands everything. Her face gave absolutely no sign of recognition. She kept staring at me in silence. Perhaps I was mistaken. I thought perhaps it is not her. Means the way she was treated, the way she was looked at, the way she was stared at, okay. The narrator herself was confused that have I reached at a wrong place, a wrong address. So this was the state of confusion. I had seen her only once. Fleetingly means it is not a strong memory, okay. It was fleetingly means sort a very fainted memory she's having, and that was years ago, means very many years back. It was most probable that I had rung the wrong bell. The way the narrator was treated, okay, she thought that I have been just I have rung the wrong bell. Means she was totally confused that I have not reached at the right place or right address. The woman let go, okay, of the door and stepped to the side. A step to the side means she tried to hide herself, okay. And why she was trying to hide herself? Because the lady who was standing at the door has put on or wear the narrator's mother cardigan, a kind of sweater she was wearing, and because of that cardigan sweater she recognized and realized that no, I am at the right place and right address. But the lady was very cunning and she was not going to uh, welcome her in her house. She was wearing a my mother's green knitted cardigan. This was the explanation the narrator is giving to the reader, that she was thinking in her mind. The wooden buttons were rather pale for washing. Means she is giving all the details about the cardigans, about the button, about the strings, and about everything with clear clarification, with clear detail, in so that she could just let the reader understand that she was at the right place and let herself convince, okay, that yes, I am at the right place. She was that I was looking at the cardigan and half hid herself against behind the door. This is the first reference. This proves that the narrator has reached at the right address, and the cunning lady who was not going to welcome the narrator uh, proves it, makes it clear that she is not prepared to welcome the narrator in her house, and not prepared to give the belongings of the narrator's mother, okay, to the narrator, that she was having in her possession. But I knew no now that I was right, and now this is the confirmation of the narrator that yes, I was right. Well, you knew my mother, I asked. The narrator asked this. Have you come back? Now see the fainted sentence. Means have you all come back? Said the woman. I thought that no one had come back. Only me. A door opened and closed in the passage behind her. A musty smell emerged. A kind of a smell emerged. Okay. That was very musty. I regret I cannot do anything for you. I have come here, okay, especially on the 10. Uh, the lady, this was the sentence of the lady. I regret I cannot do anything for you. Means I cannot help you any longer. But the narrator is telling here, I have come here especially on the train. Okay, I wanted to talk to you for a moment. Means the narrator wanted to have a word with the lady, but the lady was not prepared for that. It is not convenient for me now, said the woman. This particular incident we cannot explain, okay, because this is very much emotionally attached. And Nazi, when the Nazi were, tormenting the Jews, so in the Dutch, so on that time, they were frightened, okay, because of the authority, and and because of some many more things, so that's why she is blankly telling that I am not going to help you. Under the pressure of government or maybe some other things may be there, I wanted to talk to you for a moment. It is not for me now. The lady said the woman, I can't see you, means I cannot meet you. Another time, she nodded and cautiously closed the door as though no one inside the house should be disturbed. Means very nicely just closed the door very silently. I stood where I was on the step. The curtain in front of the bay window moved. Someone stared at me and would then have asked what I wanted. The narrator was just standing and looking here and there. So from a window, someone looked and asked, "What are you working? What are you? Why are you waiting here? Okay, and whom you are looking for and searching for?" So the narrator said, "It was nothing." Asked what I wanted. Oh, nothing. The woman would have said, okay, it was nothing. I looked at the nameplate, okay, again, and the name of the nameplate of the house was Darling. It said in black letters on white enamel. This was the writing was there, and on the jamb a bit higher, the number 4060. See, this was the address, okay. This was the address where the narrator was supposed to reach and have a word with the owner. Darling, number 46, and later they will come explain Marconi Street. I was walked slowly back to the station. I thought about my mother who had given me the address years ago. It had been in the first half of the war. As I told you, okay, it was World War II. I was home for a few days, okay, and it struck me immediately that something or other about the rooms had changed. I missed various things. My mother was surprised I should have noticed so quickly. Then she told me about Mrs. Darling. Means now the narrator was thinking about the past happenings in which she was told by her mother about the lady who used to come in their house, okay, and take some valuable things, assuring them that give us your valuable things, okay, and when the war will over, when the atrocities of Nazis upon Jew will be over, you will just take everything from us. I had never heard of her, okay, but apparently she was an old acquaintance of my mother. Means the narrator recognized her, okay, remind herself about her, whom she had not seen for years. She had suddenly turned up and renewed their contact. Since then, she had come regularly. This was the explanation about the lady, okay, who had just recently closed the door, okay, before the narrator. Every time she lives here, she takes some things home with her, said my mother. This was the explanation. She is thinking, oh, that was the lady. Yes, yes, yes. My mother used to say about this and everything. Means she was reminded about everything. She took all the table silver. These are the things she used to carry, okay, from the narrator's home, assuring them that keep all these valuables at our house, and when the war over, okay, you will take it back. And then the antique plates, the hung there, okay, she had trouble lugging lugging those large vases, and I have worried she had got a crick in her back. Crick means a kind of pain. Means the lady was very cunning, and that's why she used to carry all the valuable goods from the narrator's home, from the narrator's mother's home, in a big basket or something like that. From the crockery, my mother shook her okay head pityingly. I would never have dared ask her. She just suggested it to me herself. She's telling that uh, I am keeping your things okay at my possession, but think that your things are safe. She even she wanted to save all my nice things. See the cunningness. If we have to live here, we shall lose everything. She says. She just very cunningly she is convincing the narrator's mother on that time. Means she is just the narrator was reminded about everything. Have you agreed with her that she should keep everything? I asked. The narrator asked. As if that is a necessary, my mother cried. It would simply be an insult to talk like that. Means don't talk rubbish to me, okay? I knew the intention of the lady, and think about the risk she is running each time she goes out of our door with a full suitcase, okay, or bag. This was the narrator's observation. She is just praising her that she is staking her life and keeping our valuable things, okay, in her house. So we should be very much obliged for her, okay. We should not blame her. You should not doubt her. This is the thing she is telling. My mother seems to notice that I was not entirely convinced, but the narrator's mother could easily see that I was not able to just convince, means I was not able to just agree with the terms and conditions. She was not convinced with that. She looked at me reprovokingly, and after that we spoke no more about it. And once again the narrator was reminded, when I was talking everything to my mother, the lady stared at me, okay, as if she is going to have a kind of angry mood, reprovokingly. And after that we spoke no more, okay, about it. So this is the story. What you will do, you will read the story, okay, and prepare a list of new words, okay, and phrases that you learn from the story, the address. So in these paragraphs that right now I have explained, you please see, like searchingly you will see, and prevent, what is prevent, then whatever, what is one irk is there. Mm. So these all things you need to just read and full story, and just prepare the list of new words and phrases that you learn from this story. This much work you will have to do today, and from next I will just explain the later paragraphs of this chapter. All the best. God bless you all.